What is up, sexy beast? Crazy Rabbit here, and today we're going to be doing the top 5 weapons that I want to return in the next Treyarch game, so let's go ahead and get this shit started. So the only rule for this list is we have to at least include one gun from every single game, so that way I'm not just listing off like every single World of War weapon. I want to mix it up a little bit, I want to keep it fair. So taking the number 5 spot is going to be the Haymaker from Black Ops 3. Now the reason this is so high on the list and isn't lower is because Black Ops 3 is still fairly recent and you really can't miss a gun that much when like you just played with it yesterday. But still, I would love to see this gun return, mainly for the fact that it's a badass shotgun. Generally in zombies, shotguns haven't been really at the top of fan favorite weapons or really good weapons. The Blundergat I guess could be an exception, but it's a wonder weapon so that really doesn't count. And there's really never been a shotgun that I just strictly go after when I'm playing a map, and the Haymaker was actually the first. Like I never really went after the trench gun, I never really went after the stakeout, never went after the spaz, never went after like the M12 or anything else in Black Ops 2. The Haymaker was like the first shotgun that when I see it out of the box, I get excited and I want to use it because it's really good. So I would definitely love to see the Haymaker return into future games, and maybe make it a wall weapon, question mark, please, Treyarch? If they did that, I would love them forever. Now I know the Haymaker is a little bit too OP to be a wall weapon, but I mean, come on, how cool would that be? So taking number 4 spot is going to be the Mauser from Black Ops 2. Now, I love this starting pistol so fucking much. I can't really tell which one I like more, this or Mustang and Sally, because they are both just so awesome. I think this one might have a slight advantage if we never see PhD Flopper again, because when you upgrade this thing to the Boom Hilda, it is a beast. It is an absolute monster. I don't even care if it's not the starting pistol, like I could get this weapon out of the box and it could like literally be the same Mauser from Origins. Like it sucks ass unupgraded, but when you upgrade it, it becomes the Boom Hilda and becomes a fucking boss. I would totally deal with getting the regular shitty Mauser out of the box and having to use that or having to actually deal with it until you can get it upgraded, because I love the Boom Hilda so much. I always sort of compare it to like the Ray Gun Mark II. If you can't get the Ray Gun Mark II from the box, or you're like just struggling on early rounds to stay alive, I always tell people, upgrade the Mauser. When he becomes the Boom Hilda, it's amazing. It's like a miniature wonder weapon. Now it really can't compete with the Ray Gun Mark II, but it's very close. I think the only thing it's really lacking is ammo. You go through ammo with this weapon very quick, and that's the only thing I would like to see changed if they actually did bring it back. Just give it a little bit more ammo. I think as of now it carries like 150 shots. Maybe make that like 200 to 300. I feel like 300 would be a perfect amount, because I mean you do have to deal with like a shitty starter pistol, and you have to actually carry that starter pistol until you can pack punch it. So I feel like we should be rewarded just a little bit more. So I feel like if they just gave it more ammo, this weapon would be absolutely perfect, and I really want this weapon to return in zombies, whether it be a starting pistol or a box weapon or a wall weapon. So taking number 3 spot is going to be the Thompson. Now I'm not talking about the Tommy gun, I'm talking about the OG, the original World at War Thompson, the M1A1. I want this weapon to return so much, mainly just because it's one of my personal favorite weapons, not because it's like the greatest weapon ever. I would say it's a little bit better than average, not for any other reason other than the fact that I just absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite weapons, and I just have a blast using it. In my opinion, it's one of the most fun weapons in zombies. I have no idea what it is about it, but whenever I play Derice, I always grab this weapon, and no other weapon in that map can satisfy me the way the Thompson does, if you catch my drift. And I think one of the reasons I just fell in love with it is because when I first started playing Derice, it was just located in such a good location that you just always had to buy it. And a little funny story is when I first started playing Derice with my friends, I would always try to go to the trench gun side because I didn't really go to high rounds, and of course like the trench gun's a shotgun, so on early rounds it's going to be able to one-shot zombies, and I thought the trench gun was like the greatest weapon ever, so I would always try to convince my friends, hey, let's go trench gun side instead of Thompson. And I would always tell people, hey, the Thompson sucks, let's go trench gun side. And if I can go back now, I would slap myself because the Thompson is one of my favorite weapons and I want it to return so bad. And if they do actually bring it back, I really don't want them to do what they did with the PPSH to where it just sounds like a toy. I hope they go out like they did in World of War and actually record them shooting the gun, so that way they make the Thompson sound like the Thompson, and I will be able to die happy, so I really hope they do that. They probably won't, but I can dream. Taking the number 2 spot is going to be the Scavenger, which is my favorite wonder weapon, in case you guys didn't know. It's not the best, but I have the most fun with it. And now I don't really think we are ever going to see this weapon return, mainly because PhD Flopper is not really going to be a thing in the future. Well, at least I don't think so. And you really do need PhD Flopper with this weapon, or you're probably going to kill yourself, because the best way to use it is just to shoot it at your feet, and then wait a couple seconds, and it explodes and takes out all the zombies around you. Now, it kind of starts pooping out, I think, late 30s, early 40s, so after that point, it's going to start to take more and more shots, but if they did actually bring it back, and also PhD Flopper, the only thing I would really change about it is maybe make it do an infinite amount of damage, or at least make it act somewhat like the Matryoshka dolls. So when you actually pack-a-punch it, if you shoot it at the ground, one explosion goes off, and then like a bunch of other smaller explosions. So like maybe the main explosion does infinite amount of damage and the smaller ones sort of do like, I don't know, like a ray gun shot or something like that. I feel like that would be pretty cool and a nice new innovative way to change up the weapon, so that way we're not just dealing with the same one we used to have, it's a little bit different. So maybe like the Scavenger 2.0. I feel like I'm just chocked full of great ideas on how to change weapons and how to actually improve them, so I feel like I should maybe be in charge of zombies at Treyarch. Hintity hint hint. I mean, I am bald, so me and Vondar would probably get along. Alright, and taking number 1 spot is going to be my all-time favorite weapon in zombies, the motherfucking Kar 98. I love this weapon. I wanted to return. When Black Ops 3 was first introduced to mods, this was the first weapon that I wanted people to remake. And of course, it took people a while before they remade it, but they finally did. And the reason I just fell in love with this weapon is because it sucks ass, but it sucks ass in a fun way. Really, the only way to use this weapon is to go for headshots, and if you do anything else, you're probably gonna fail. And I always grab this weapon when I'm playing Derice and just go for headshots and see how long I can last. And generally, if you do like the Kar 98 only challenge, you can't last that long because dogs will literally fuck you up. This thing sucks so bad against dogs, it takes like 4 to 5 shots, it's not even worth it. But against zombies, it's somewhat decent. Go for headshots, you'll be able to last for quite some time. Definitely not as long as a lot of other weapons. But this gun is a fun, challenging weapon. I love getting it, I love just trying to go for headshots. It actually makes you work for those kills, and I think that's just what I love about this weapon. The only thing that I would ask to be changed if they actually did bring it over to a new game is to make it really good if you pack punch it. So you have to deal with this shitty weapon similar to like the Mauser. If you have to deal with like a shitty weapon until you get pack punched, I think when you actually do get it upgraded, it should become a beast. And what I would change about the Kar 98 is when you actually upgrade it, it becomes a one hit, one kill. So whenever you shoot a zombie, one zombie will die, not 2, not 3, just 1. I feel like that would make the Kar 98 a pretty good weapon. It wouldn't make it too OP or anything, because you can only get 1 kill with 1 shot, but it would definitely make this gun more desirable. So those are the top 5 weapons that I want to see return in zombies. I'm very curious to know, what do you guys think? Which weapons do you guys want to return? And if you guys could, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace!